them.
I done forgot what episode we on. What is this? 12?
12, yeah, 12.
12. We lit.
Episode 12.
12 upon them.
I already know. All right, so let's jump right into it as usual. So first thing we're gonna talk about is kind of like sports news and a lot of sports news actually right now. So tomorrow, I guess today, if you're watching this on Monday, the 26th, is obviously that 1 year anniversary of the death of Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the other people that unfortunately were on that helicopter. And I think it was above Calabasas, right? Something like that, California. Yeah, so definitely want to shout out that. Shout out the Mamba. Shout out the Lakers. Kobe Bryant, one of my favorite players, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I want to, from both of y'all, first the Don, then I'm going to ask Clay, what as far as the NBA, not just the NBA in general, like, you know, but to you guys personally, what do you think Kobe meant? Was he important? Do you think that he is? I think the two of you might not say that he's the greatest player. I think I might know who each of you would say, but definitely one of the greatest of all time. So starting with the Don, let me hear first. Like, what's your relationship with Kobe, so to speak? How you feel about Kobe?
So before LeBron came to the league,
right,
Kobe was my favorite player. Like, you know, y'all niggas know when we played 2K,
right,
playing with the Lakers, or niggas playing with the Sixers for Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
yeah. Like I watched Kobe playing pretty much my whole life that I've been watching basketball. So I've had that connection with Kobe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every season I would keep up with what's Kobe doing, or, you know what I'm saying? How's Kobe doing? You know what I'm saying? Watching his basketball games, watching his progress, and like he's the one who really made me really like playing ball. You know what I mean? Right. I watched Kobe play, so I picked up a basketball. I was trying to shoot like Kobe back in the day. You feel me? And when I was like real young. So hearing that news last year, bro, that shit hit, man. Like, it's crazy. It seems unrealistic for somebody that you watched your whole life growing up.
For real. Clay, what about you? How you feel about Kobe and his legacy?
Same here, man. Yeah, man. As far as a lot of different things he stands for, like, just when you hear the name Kobe, like, I think about them days in the hallway when, you know what I'm saying, you finish your chocolate milk or your Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the vibe. Like, as much as, you know, everyone loves Jordan and will say Jordan was the greatest when we was kids, and people will say AI is the greatest. Like, Kobe always stood out the most for his work ethic. And that was one thing I always took from him, like trying to play basketball growing up, was, you know, if you really want to be better, it don't matter where you at, you could always improve. You just got to put the work in, and, you know, you can apply that to anything, which later on in his legacy, he started to show people when he started to have his life after basketball.
Right.
But yeah, man, that was definitely cut way too short, man. And just like Don said, I was definitely devastated. I was at work, unfortunately, when I heard that news. I didn't even want to work that day. I wanted to clock out so and just walk out so bad. I was so pissed.
Facts. Yeah, that was definitely one of them things where, like, even when I first saw the news, I was like, nah, I got to get some more confirmation of this. Like, I waited until I saw CNN report it until I was like, damn, this is real. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, he's definitely, to me, one of the most important players in the game, in the history of the game. I don't argue with people when they say he's their favorite player. I think that's an acceptable answer. Speaking of which, you know, just related to the topic, starting with Clay, and we go to the Don. I want each of you to tell me your top 5 NBA players. They could be playing now, they could be retired, but top 5, starting with from least favorite to favorite. And again, this don't gotta just be based on skill or how many rings or whatever. This is your personal favorite, like who you think your top 5 is. Starting with you, Clay.
I'm gonna probably say number 5 for me, just off the top of my head. I'm gonna say Ray Allen. Just because, like, I've always had a thing for, like, looking up to shooters, because, you know, my growth spurt hit late, so I always looked up to shooters. So Ray Allen was definitely one of my favorite. Number 4, I'm gonna have to say Ben Gordon. Real niggas know my son Ben Gordon. He was my favorite. I used to always, you know, sleep on people when I picked the Bulls back in the day, and I used to drop 30 with Ben Gordon. They're like, who the fuck is this nigga? Like, New York, boy, Mount Vernon.
So Mount Vernon.
Yeah, and number 3, gotta say Melo, because, you know what I'm saying, he held it down for New York for some time. And, like, New York, I got to experience at least New York being a title contender
Word.
at least some point in my life, and that was
Word.
because of Melo and what he was able to bring to the table. Number 2, gotta say Jordan, just to the simple fact that I'm still rocking Jordans to this day. But number 1, just my personal favorite at number 1, I'm gonna have to say the man Jake Smooth, Jamal Crawford, boy, the man with the hands. Like,
all right.
Jamal Crawford always been my favorite as far as trying to pick up on new things and stuff like that. And the fact that he's even balling to this day, that man's the GOAT to me, boy.
Nah, that's a good one, bro.
That's a good list. That's a unique list. I like that. Fuck with that.
Too.
What about you? Don?
So mine's ain't gonna be too unique. It's kind of like I want to say the more obvious picks, but not really in a way. So I'm gonna go with number 5, Shaq. Number 4, which is gonna get switched up soon. So I'm gonna put 2 in number 4. I'm gonna do Allen Iverson or Steph Curry.
Gotcha.
Steph Curry's getting up there for me. Number 3 is saying the obvious, Jordan. Number 2, Kobe, and number 1, LeBron.
Yeah, all right. And I love that's a good list too. That's definitely a little bit more like usual, I guess, as you said. But I love that you put Shaq on that list, because there's a lot of times I'll hear Shaq in people's top 10, but I'll never hear people throwing Shaq in top 5, and he deserves it, bro. I think he's like the center. You know what I mean? So mine is a little bit like EJ's, a little bit more standard, I guess. And my list is more so for me. I really love basketball players or sports players in general that kind of is like they do their own thing. They don't really obey the rules and shit like that, but they still get the job done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so with that being said, my list for me, number 5 is going to be Dennis Rodman. To this day, I remember like from even when I was a kid, and obviously I was born in the early 90s, so I probably got the later, half of his career, but he's one of the players that stuck out to me from when I was a kid, when I didn't even know his name. He was just like the man with the crazy hair, the red hair, you know what I'm saying? Like, and him on defense, to me, he's still one of the most aggressive niggas on defense, like in the history of basketball. So number 5 is going to be Dennis Rodman for me. Number 4 is LeBron James. That's for obvious reasons. Like if he's not in your top 5, you're clearly not even watching basketball. So 3 for me is going to be Kobe Bryant. Like, you know what I'm saying? For sure, Kobe. He obviously got to be in your top. 2, Allen Iverson. To me, Allen Iverson is always going to be second best, because that nigga was still to this day, it's practice. I don't need to do practice. And he proved he ain't got no rings. And I know every time I present this list to people, he's the only nigga on it with no rings. So they're like, yo, he don't need to be on it. But to me, it's not about the rings. Allen Iverson is one of the best of all time. And number 1 is Michael Jordan. To me, I know that's everybody's like number 1, but for me, it's because and to be honest, before I watched his whole documentary or the whole Bulls documentary, he was maybe like my number 2, 3. But when you watch that documentary and you see the stuff that man like really went through and the stuff he had to deal with, not only in his personal life, but on the court and in, trying to make these movies and the sneaker, he's still on the court. It was like none of that shit was going on. It was just like him and basketball. That was it. So to me, he got to be the most respected. So yeah, RIP Kobe Bryant. Everybody in the basketball, or that everybody that cares about NBA and about basketball, I know tomorrow's gonna be a tough day, but I know you're gonna be seeing all the Kobe memes and the Kobe pictures and everything. So definitely gotta make it a day to remember instead of a day to be sorrowful. So moving on, we want to still talking about some sports news. Tom Brady once again. I don't know how this man does it.
Big goat.
Tired of this nigga.
I don't even, people you could argue say, oh, it's the Patriots. Clearly, it's not even the Patriots. Clearly, this man is clearly he
got the sauce.
Well, too respected,
bro. So
I can't even hate no more.
He can't. Yes, I'm saying it's at the point where it's like you can't even hate as much as you hate to see him. Like, so starting with Don. Tell me are you a Tom Brady fan? Are you not? How you feel about Tom Brady?
I'm not even a Tom Brady fan, bro. I used to hate the Patriots, bro. Like, I used to catch myself saying I hate every Boston team, and the Patriots was the number 1 team that I hated. But
for sure,
just like I said, I think if we go back a few episodes and we y'all think the Buccaneers gonna make it to Super Bowl? I'm like, bro, I'm not betting against Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Bro. I'm not, bro. That man knows how to win. He knows how to at least get to the Super Bowl. If he don't win it, he knows how to get there. You feel me? When it comes to players like that, and athletes like that, when they know like how to win, like him and LeBron been to the Super Bowl finals 10 times. You can't bet against them like that. They know how to get there, bro. It's like innate, like where they know how to get to. So shout out to that man, Tom, man. It's crazy.
Facts. What about you, Clay? How you feeling about Tom Brady?
Man, listen, just like Don said, I can't bet against him, man. As much as I want this man to lose in the Super Bowl, I won't even be surprised if he win another one, because perfect comparison. He like LeBron. You could put LeBron, clearly you could put LeBron anywhere, just like you could put Tom Brady anywhere. Tom Brady went to the Bucks, and all they did was say, yo, we're going to make sure Gronkowski come there with you. And my man still made the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the man different. The man different.
Tom Brady.
Football's different too, because remember, you got offense and defense, bro. Your defense can throw the game, so it's like the fact that you can lead a football team.
But you know what I notice about him? If the defense fuck up, it's like he's like, okay, I gotta go in there and score now.
Yeah, exactly.
He go in there and he'll score in like 6 drives. I'll be like, yo, bro, what the fuck?
Bro, it's like, remember, you got no control over the defense, and you still leading your team to 10 Super Bowls. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, he's unstoppable right now. I don't know, but shout out to them. So real quick, it's gonna be the Buccaneers versus
Chiefs, I believe.
Chiefs.
Who's like the star on the Chiefs right now?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they got a few other stars on there.
He's like 20, 23, 24, or 25 maybe, I think. Something like that.
He's young. He's like,
but he been snapping too. Like, he's showing some real good potential, like, especially being went to the Super Bowl twice. This last year and this year, and they won last year. So
and
shout out to Buffalo. I thought Buffalo had him for a second, but
any word on how they doing the Super Bowl this year? Like, where's it gonna be? How's it like? Are they gonna have stands?
I'm actually glad you mentioned that. So they actually said the Tampa Bay Buccaneers made NFL history by becoming the first team to actually get to make it to the Super Bowl in their own home stadium. So it's gonna be at they.
Oh dang!
And they're the first NFL team to do this ever.
And they're the first NFL team to ever do that. I did read that in a Bleacher Report article. Yeah. So that's also crazy, and why I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Brady got another ring, bro. That's crazy how that even played out.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know.
Yeah. And I know the Weeknd's performing at the halftime show. I don't know if y'all heard.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tampa, they about to love Tom Brady out there.
Yeah.
All right, well, good luck to them. We'll see how it plays out. Moving on, got to talk about this UFC fight. Conor McGregor versus, I don't know how you say homie's last name, Dustin Poirier. I don't know, but he knocked that nigga the fuck out. That's how I know. That should be his name. Dustin knocked niggas out. I don't know if you caught that, but
that live.
I'm not gonna say. Yo, you saw it live, EJ? You saw it live? Oh, okay. I didn't catch it live, but
so explain, because you probably might have the little clip if you could, but explain exactly how he got knocked out.
Yeah, what happened?
Bro, so I was watching it on and off because I didn't necessarily go to where I was at to watch the Conor McGregor fight. I didn't even know a Conor McGregor fight was going on. That's how I lost. And then they're like, yeah, McGregor's fighting tonight. Because I'm like, oh, word. So I'm sitting there, talking to my boy. I had to film a little Cypher video, and I'm watching a little bit. So I hear people going crazy. They're like, oh. I'm turn my head. All I see is Conor McGregor, bro, getting his face pounded in, bro. And bro, I hit him with that uppercut. Bro was gone. Bro was like, he started sleeping on the ground, bro. My dog started sleeping on the ground, bro. Like, that was embarrassing.
I don't want to say he got it as bad as Nate Robinson, but he definitely, it was surprising to see Conor McGregor go out like that, bro. I saw a little clip, and it looked like once he caught him one good time and he kind of stumbled, he just kept. And then the ref just jumped in between them like, yo, nah, like, and that was it.
Bro,
so what y'all think?
He got it similar to Nate though, because the way, I don't know if y'all seen the picture. That man, he literally was laying like this, like he.
He was for a minute. He was like he was like,
well, I would say Nate Robinson was worse because the way Nate was on the floor, Nate just
was like 6 o'clock, like he was straight up.
He said 6 o'clock.
Right out, boy. That man was dead body. That was real bad. Yeah.
That man was flat, boy. No pillow. He ain't used the shit as a pillow. He just.
Word. So what y'all think about Conor? I mean, I still remember that loss to because he definitely lost to Mayweather the boxing match. Mm-hmm. Didn't he lose to that nigga Khabib too? Didn't Khabib beat him, or did he beat Khabib, right? I think so.
I can't remember.
If I'm not mistaken.
I honestly can't remember.
I think he beat him.
But But what y'all think? Y'all think Conor's getting washed up? Y'all think he needed to he just chill for a little bit? Because I don't think he that hot as he think he is no more, bro.
I think he should have stayed retired. I believe he retired and he came back. I think he should have stayed retired because he's messing up his brand now. Like, and apparently the guy that he just got beat by, Dustin, he loses all the time. He loses all the time. You feel me?
Yeah, they fought before. Conor beat him before.
Yeah.
So they tied now.
And so Dustin, he lost a few matches before this, and now he comes in to fight Conor and knocks Conor out. And bro, Conor, he should have just stayed retired, bro. His name would have been much better. Like, his comeback ain't looking too good.
Ain't looking too good. I know. I saw him talking some type of. He wasn't really talking smack. He said it was, it was a good match. He said he wasn't prepared as much as he should be, But he said he is interested in fighting him again. I guess that would be a good third. That'd be the final. Whoever's the winner, because they both tied right now. So I don't know, man. I think maybe Conor needs to chill for a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. But that's some shit though. How the fuck you pull up to a fight not prepared?
Yeah, that's the weird thing to me because boxing is a sport where they give you time. Like you that's the whole thing. You're supposed to be preparing for the fight up until the fight. So the same thing. I remember the night I was with Clay too. When we watched Nate Robinson die, and I was like, "Yo, how is he not prepared for this fight? Like how because when you look at what happened with Nate Robinson, it looked like he wasn't even.
Nate Robinson wasn't even prepared one bit.
He wasn't even in the boxing stance. I don't know what he was doing.
He was just charging.
If you watch some YouTube videos of him training, he was training with the wrong people. Put that way. He was training with the wrong people, and Jake Paul was training with some real training.
Real boxing.
This man was throwing some haymakers on them dudes, man.
Word. And I don't know. Shout out to anybody step in the ring with these fighters. They better be prepared. But Conor, I don't know, man. We'll keep track. We'll see what happens with that. Moving on, I think that's the end of our sports news. So now we're just going to talk about some music news, I guess. Trey Songz looks like he got caught up in some stuff over. I don't know if this happened over the weekend or when, but
no, that was fucking. When was the fucking Kansas City game? Today, what, Monday? Nigga, that was yesterday.
Oh, it was just yesterday. Okay,
that was last night, bro. You ain't see the video?
I ain't see the video, so if you saw it, I'm gonna let you kind of walk us through what happened. How did this night end up like this for Trey Songz? What went down?
I ain't gonna lie, the video quality is kind of blurry a little bit. I know you might have it. Hopefully the quality is okay, but apparently Trey Songz swings at a cop because the cop apparently my bad. Let me take a step back.
Just swinging at cops.
Yeah, let me take a step back. Before I start getting niggas in trouble. So he was getting hackled by somebody 2 rows behind him or some shit like that. So I guess a cop must have overheard, or cops was called over, whatever, and just immediately went up to Trey Songz and just grabbed him and tried to arrest him, without saying anything to him, was just immediately goes and tries to arrest him. And then they tried to say that he was trespassing, I guess, but it's bro, if he was arguing with somebody, how the fuck was he trespassing? That's a weird ass offense. So
where did this happen?
This happened in the stands of the Kansas City football game.
How was he trespassing?
That's what I'm saying. If he's in the fucking stands of the arena, how the fuck is he trespassing? I don't get it. Maybe there's more to the story we don't know, but that's what they were saying. So either way, they walk up to this nigga and just try to grab him. And I guess Trey Songz was what the fuck, and swung at him. And then he missed, they scuffled or whatever. But you can clearly see at one point, bro, Trey Songz has the cop in a full headlock, my nigga. Yo, bro, in a full headlock, bro. And then he has a full headlock, looking dead with a straight face, talking mad shit to another cop. And then I remember seeing a bunch of memes on Twitter. They fucking, the day D Rose hit that game winner, he made that straight face. He made the same face, bro. People was using that shit on Twitter in the memes and shit, bro. Most funny, but most confusing thing I've ever seen, bro. Because I don't understand how that even transpired, bro. And then the charges that they follow him with, as far as hitting the cop and all of that, they charging him with that. I get. But the trespassing, I don't understand that. Maybe we need to get an update on that, but I don't know.
We gotta definitely read more into that. I don't know. I can't even speak on it because, like I said, I didn't.
Yeah, I just seen glimpses of it. I seen that Trey Songz got arrested, but I seen something that had something to do with COVID or not wearing a mask or some shit like that. But I don't know if that.
I didn't even see
that. Yeah, that's because he wasn't wearing a mask. He was trespassing.
That's what I think. I think it said something with him not wearing a mask, but I'm not sure. I didn't really look much.
That is a fact, though. He didn't have a mask on. I'm thinking about that now.
Maybe that's what started all of this.
Yeah, I think he was refusing to wear a mask, and maybe like you said, like people were probably like, "Yo, where you mask at?" Probably got mad, and people started heckling and shit like that, and that's what I'm guessing.
Either way, people did come to his defense and said that the way the cop handled the situation was all the way wrong. But yeah,
well, we definitely gonna keep an eye on that. We gotta see what happens because that sounds crazy. I hope everything works out with that. Word. All right, well, moving on. So that's all that we got for the entertainment news. We're gonna move into the big boy news. Not a lot of big boy news. It's kind of been as expected since the the new inauguration, the new administration. It's been kind of quiet. They're just basically doing regular political shit
as expected.
As expected, and what you're supposed to do when you're the president. But one of the interesting things I read about today is that Joe Biden actually put into he's trying to expedite the process of getting those Harriet Tubman $20 bills. They were in circulation, a few of them. Some people have a couple, to be honest, but I think it's only like richer people and stuff. But they were printing them, I think, a year or two ago, but Donald Trump and his administration put a stop to it. They wasn't feeling that for whatever reason. Who knows? But yeah, so what y'all think? Y'all think that this is something necessary? Y'all think it's just, it doesn't really matter? I think it would be cool to see a black person on some money. Because Lord knows right now there ain't none. But
I think it would be all right. But I hope he don't think when I said last week about him getting some brownie points. I hope he don't think this is part of the brownie points, nigga. That ain't shit. That ain't nothing but one Skittle. We don't want.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I think everything, from between this to his cabinet right now is probably the most diverse cabinet that he's had, that they've had in the history of presidents. So I think everything he's doing is a little bit brownie points. Like he's trying to just, show us, hey, I'm on y'all side. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like it's very true. I feel like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to show that he's on the Black American community side. You know what I'm saying? Right. And this is one by pushing to get that done. As far as is it necessary? Like, I feel like there's more important things out there that could be done, but it's something cool. Like, it's something to show there's a little bit of change going on. Like, a black person is on an American dollar bill. That's something, you know what I'm saying, that's good for history.
Yeah. This is definitely something. And I don't think it's necessary, but I get it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But what I will say is, out of all black Americans in the history of America, do I think Harriet Tubman should be the first one on some money? No, I think there's some. Both male and female. I think there's some more important black people. Not, y'all don't Kanye me. I'm not saying what Harriet Tubman did was not important or some shit like that. I get it. But all I'm saying is, I think there are some more important black people that could have been the first to be on American money.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But definitely looking forward to it. I'm definitely, I'm not going, they'll be definitely cool to see that. So looking forward to it.
Definitely gonna save some when I grab some.
Because that's gonna be rare. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
All right, so that's it for that. But moving on, one of the last things we're gonna talk about with our news here. I don't know, again, and I hate to be saying this, that I don't know a lot, blah blah blah, because of course we can read it, but I think it's a little bit more fun to me when we kind of openly talk about these things without too much details. But Microsoft, I hear, and I don't know what is the technology of this, how they're gonna get it done. I don't know if it's how it's even possible, but apparently they're developing some kind of technology where we will be able to communicate, I guess, through text with people who have died.
Yes.
And I don't know if this is literally people that have died, they're like them or someone.
Yeah. And let me make it freaky for you. Let me make it freaky for y'all. So I read an article, and the article said that basically you give them as much information about the person who passed away as possible. Pictures, voice recordings, everything. So it can literally look and sound and feel like you're talking to the person that used to be here. And I don't know exactly what the full, range of features are to be used with this. But the one thing that they said that they're using it for is, I guess, like on your computer, when you want your computer to assist you with something, I guess the person will be the one assisting you on the computer, which I think is kind of weird. I don't see what the purpose of that is, but that's what I read. I don't know how accurate the article was, but yeah.
So
I don't know.
basically, so basically, it's gonna be a program kind of like Siri or Alexa or something like that, but it's gonna be the person that's like your family member or whoever that passed away.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's kind of freaky. I don't know how I feel about
That's
that.
super freaky. And the crazy thing is, I don't know if you guys watch Black Mirror, but there's a whole episode.
Yeah, there's an episode kind of like that, right?
Exactly like it, bro. Like that's crazy. Somebody needs to contact the producer of Black Mirror, bro. I don't know what the hell I don't know if these like people are getting this ideas from Black Mirror or I don't know, but that exactly is what happens in Black Mirror. Also, I seen something on Netflix about, I don't know if it wasn't somebody from Microsoft, but they're pretty much, I seen it a while back. It was like a year ago where they're doing that. Like, and they had a sculpt of like a head. It was supposed to be somebody that's dead. And like, it's going to be somebody who programs everything into that robot per se, whatever you want to call it. And like Clay said, like they're going to pretty much answer back like the person who was dead. They're trying to build some kind of close to consciousness that they can and put it into the program. It's crazy.
And the only positive, now that we're like really talking about it, the only real positive I can see coming out of this is like for senior citizens, you know, you was with somebody for 50, maybe a little less, but you know, for a very long time. And you know, those people, they tend to die much quicker after they lost their loved ones, you know, to, you know, health complications. So something like that would be good for someone in that situation to kind of feel like they're not gone. But I can't think of any other situation where that would really make sense. Like, it's still kind of freaky to me.
I wouldn't mess. I'm gonna say I wouldn't mess with it. But you know how technology goes. 10 years from now, we all freaking talking to dead robots. Like,
for real.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely weird. I mean, I guess it's not as weird as it could have been if they had attempted to make you actually talk to the dead or something. Like I thought in my mind it was going to be someone in like some type of like, you know, telephone center pretending to be a loved one, like with the information, like,
that would have been even more weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought it was something like that. So still weird though. My question to y'all is though, do y'all think that, you know, how do you explain this? So we're human beings, obviously, especially with Western civilization, we're very technologically advanced, more so than other nations and other countries and stuff like that. Do you think that us that have those of us that have the technological capabilities in these countries that are first world countries, do you think we take things too far? You know what I mean? Like as far as with technology, you know, we allegedly have put people on the moon. We have spaceships that can obviously take us to outer space, airplanes that put us up in the air when we weren't really meant to fly. We have these devices in our pockets now that could connect us to someone on the other side of the earth in less than 2 seconds. And now we apparently have this device where we're going to be able to talk to people who are deceased as if they were Siri. So starting with Clay, do you think like we just need to chill with how we taking this technology and going too far? Or you think it's a good thing? You think we're like, you know, we're making progress, we're doing the right thing?
When it comes to technology, certain things I do feel like is taken too far, where it's making our lives a little bit too convenient to the point where, you know, you have more people, it's harder for them to be active and exercise because they can literally do everything from their house, which nowadays is very useful, you know, when you want to quarantine. But, you know, like it's just harder for someone to break out of that consciousness of wanting to do more when you can literally do everything from home. You know what I'm saying? And technology is a great thing. Don't get me wrong. I love seeing technology advance. You know, the fact that we have, you know, fucking cars that drive on their own, that literally drives on their own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's awesome. But at the same time, like, I don't know. I look at some things kind of like McDonald's is just definitely doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Look at how much they eating over in France. They're not eating nearly as much as we eating over here. Word. Some senses it's good. Some senses it's just like McDonald's doing too much.
That makes a lot of sense that you say it like that. I mean, when it comes down to it, it's just greed. I feel like it's greed for more information or more technology, what they want. You know what I mean? So like you see, like you said, we allegedly went to the moon. now they're trying to get to Mars, like, you know what I mean? And maybe soon they'll be trying to get to another planet. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, sometimes when is enough? You know what I'm saying? When is like, chill out, whatever's unknown over there, is let it stay over there. You feel me? Like, let's not even mess with it. But then again, like, I don't know, just I guess scientists get curious and they really want to, you know what I'm saying, see what's going on when it comes to technology and just want to just keep building. But it's just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is. But and that's what I was gonna say too. Like, I find it awesome that there are people who are willing to take those type of risks. Like, I forgot what movie I was watching, but they were showing like astronauts, and I was really thinking like people really train and like look forward to their whole life to like spending probably what might be the last moment of their life just to go and see what's in outer space. And that's really dope, you know, that there's people that are willing to take that risk. But I mean, just know the limit, please. Don't do too much.
Yeah.
It's unknown is better.
Some unknowns are better.
I'm a double-edged sword because, like, you know, I'm happy that there's people that are willing to take those risks and those steps and go live on Mars and drive in cars that drive themselves and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. But me personally, I'm like, yo, I can't see myself, like, certain things I can't, you know. But like EJ said before, we might say all this now, and in 20 years from now, we all got a robot dog and a flying car, and you know what I'm saying? And that's like normal. And we're just, because think about it, back in the 50s, 60s, if you told them about cell phones, they'd be like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, come on. Like, so it's hard to hate on or, you know, talk against technology and us having all these advances because they're cool. It's cool to see all this stuff and all this science stuff and where scientists are trying to take all this technology. It's cool to see it. But also, like EJ said, it's kind of like, when is enough? When have we gone too far? When have we seen too much? You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. Definitely a lot to talk about, a lot to think about. I don't have anything else. If y'all got anything, I'm gonna give y'all the floor. But I'm gonna just say real quick, thank you to everybody that's for the past couple weeks. You know, if you've been hitting like, if you've been commenting, subscribing, if you've been watching, even if you've been watching just a little bit, appreciate it. So please continue. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna give them the floor. So, y'all got anything?
Facts, yeah. Just like you said, everybody keep liking, comment, subscribing. The reaction video last week went well. We're gonna do more of those and just keep bringing more great content and just keep bringing the heat.
Facts, Don, facts. And not for nothing, I was gonna say too, like, just to kind of end it off based on what we were just talking about, like, don't let technology keep you behind. You know what I'm saying? Not to talk too much on my job, but I talk to people every day that let just, you know, the simple use of the internet get them behind, you know, make them feel behind. And, you know, the resources are out there for you guys, you know what I'm saying? So we here to help you find those resources. We're here to help y'all open up your minds. And just to elaborate as well, thank you again for all the love, man. We definitely appreciate it.
Big facts.
Yeah.
That's episode 12. Pop up. We'll see y'all episode 13.
Pop up again. Oh, yo,
yeah.